All right, welcome to Monday Evening Live TA. Let me know when you guys get in, and I will find you guys on my phone here so I can chat with you. Looks like we got a good live here. There we go. Let me know if video and sound looks good to you. Hey, Hall22, what's up? What's up, Mr. Nelson? Hey, Sin Crypto, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? I haven't caught your video today. If you put one out, I just thought I'd update everybody. I usually try to get a video out every day, and didn't get one done this morning. So guys, have been exhausted lately in the morning, so I'm trying to catch up here in the evenings. So yeah. Got about 9 of you. I was just kind of stall a little bit so I don't have to repeat for everybody. Get everybody. Thought we'd look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, maybe XRP. There's enough people, and only want to spend about 30 minutes probably just to do some quick TA, guys. Yeah, no problem, Josh. I just wanted to get a video out, and I figured live might be the simplest way to do it. So, hey, Sand D9123, what's up, man? Or woman? I'm not sure. All right. Let's check it out here. Let's zoom out just a little bit here. See what's going on. Bitcoin here. All right, my bias, guys, again, is we are in a large downtrend, and this is actually part of a Z wave. Okay, this would be the first 3-wave structure of our Z wave, and so this is my overall. Oh, you're a woman. All right. Great, very good. This is my overall bias for Bitcoin right now. I'll talk to you about a bull count as well. We want to try to be as neutral as possible, right? But this is my overall count that we've got a W, X, Y, X, Z. Now, the reason I put this is an X wave here, to me, this is an expanded flat. The big deal for me in making that decision was this 3-wave structure right there. Cannot count that as a 5-wave structure. We've got kind of a leading diagonal with a pullback and then a 5-wave. It's an ABC. This is a 3-wave, so we got a 3, 3, 3, and then we've got this just straight up. It just acts just like a leading diagonal. It came to the 2618 extension there, so that's an X wave to me. I love how proportional it is to this X wave right here, and so for me, this is pretty convincing that that's an X, and then that's an X, and then we're going to come down for our final Z wave, and see how proportional those waves are looking. So I like the proportionality of that wave. It looks good to me. It looks like this is the way we need to kind of come down and finish. Okay, so that's my bias. So that's the overall picture when we look at Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking at. That's my thinking. That's the structure now that I want to say. Okay, all the smaller counts, do they fit within that structure? And if they do, where would we be right now? Okay, what's up, Angel Tech? How's it going? Adam, hey man, what the heck is going on? What's up, James and Mike? Elroy, I sent you an email. Let me know if you got it, please. Just want to make sure. I sent you an email with a link, so just make sure you check it out, Elroy. Appreciate it. All right, so let's. So that's the overall bias now. So I want to encourage you guys, as you guys are learning Elliott Wave, you always need to start out on the macro. Okay, this isn't as macro as you really need to start, but we're not going to get the overall count here. This is just the count of this correction. and we'll see where we're going from there. But everything's three-wave structures. What you want to pay attention to is the structure. Hey, James Bond and Tammy, glad you all have made it as well. Khalid, what's up, man? Glad you're here. I'm going to kind of keep going here. I don't want to be rude and not greet anybody. I want to make sure I acknowledge everybody that comes in, but I also want to get the TA done as well. I'm not going to make this a 2-hour live stream, guys. Don't have the energy today. I need to get some sleep tonight because I'm going to be up tonight looking at charts, getting ready for some trades and things like that. So, but anyway, I do want to give you some TA here so you can have some bias in your direction as far as at least my perspective, if any of you are looking for it. Okay. All right. So basically, let's get an overall. Let's try to get an overall. What do we say? Target here for the Z wave, if this is correct. What we need to do is you create a channel here, and we're going to create a channel here with this X wave now, okay? Because this, we're not going to use this one anymore. We're going to use this X wave for our channel, and we're going to just draw that guy right there. Boom. And boom, and you can see how pretty nice it is, and you see how, I don't know if you just look at this line, we've bounced right off the median line of our channel. I mean, when that happens, a couple things, you got a pretty good channel, that when things are bouncing on that median line, that's a good, you got a lot of volatility right here in this median line area. We got a bounce here on the median line, so when you have a lot of bounces off of the median line, your channel is drawn pretty well, okay? That's something you want to pay attention to. Let me get rid of this line of death there. There we go. So yeah, we're bouncing right on that median line right here. I think we've come down. Everything in the RSI, guys, is super oversold. Okay, RSI is looking on the 4-hour in particular, pretty oversold. There is room to come down. Okay, that doesn't mean we can't come down anymore, but we also have some divergence, obviously. With this wedge here, we have some divergence here. It's slight right now because today's move kind of wiped it out, but this is what we call exaggerated bullish divergence. Okay, where you have a flat line in the bottom of the RSI. You got a flat line RSI while you have a descending price action. Okay, and so this would be exaggerated bullish. Now a move to the downside here would negate that. We wouldn't have any kind of divergence at all. So understand that. Okay, but this would be bullish divergence technically right now on the 4-hour chart, and it started to tick up here, so we want to pay attention to that as well. Um, Oh man, I'm sorry you got stopped out. Unknown now. Sorry, man. Maybe you can tell me where you put your stop. Where was your entry? Where was your stop? And we can talk about the mistake you made there and see if we can grow from it. Not to rub it in, but see if we can help you grow from that. Because putting your stops is a big deal. Okay. All right. So anyway, so that's what I'm looking at on the macro, guys. So it's still looking good. This looks like a nice three-way structure. To me, it's finished. I think it's about finished. We've come down to a nice target zone. Let's see if we can get a target for the bottom of our Z for now, so we can know where we're heading, and then see if we can get it. I'm going to do a 1-to-1 extension from the Y to the Z here. Okay. I'm going to just do a 1-to-1 from the Y wave. Okay. Right there to the top of the X there. A 1-to-1 extension. Let's see. Make sure I got it right on the tick here. I got a lot of stuff everywhere. There we go. 1-to-1 extensions right here around 59.35, 6,000 for all intents and purposes. Now that is on, let's see what scale. That's regular scale. If I put it on log scale, it'll change those targets. And to be honest with you, this is an area I need to grow in. I'm not sure why the targets change, and I can't give you an explanation of it. So this is an area that I need to understand, that I can't answer for you. But I do want to pay attention to the fact that the target changes to 6,600. So we're gonna keep 6,600 for the 1-to-1 in our mind. Then we're gonna keep 50. 58 is the 127, and 59.30 is the 1-to-1 extension on the regular scale rather than log scale. Okay, I'm going to take it back to regular for now. All right, so now let's zoom into this wave. What we need to see here, every one of these waves in a WXYXZ, guys, needs to be 3 waves, okay? And so we've got 3 waves in all of these. Here's, basically there's 3 waves there. Okay, let's see. You can see the 3 waves up here. Pretty simple. Okay, you got 3 wave structures everywhere. Okay, so what we're expecting then is a 3 wave structure here. So this is this move to the upside is the bull move that I'm expecting to kind of come on up here. It'll be a 3 wave move to the upside. It may test this channel. It may look like it breaks out of it. In fact, my market maker guess is that this channel is going to actually be broken to the upside, most likely around to the $10,000 range. If I had to guess, that the market makers it would behoove them to break that channel before they bring it down. If this count is correct, it would make a lot of sense, because remember, if price breaks out of that channel, guys, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong for a lot of traders. A lot of people are going to see that as a signal for buying. They're going to wait to buy up here. I'd never buy up here. I'd wait for a pullback or something like that. A pullback, I'd break out and then a pullback and then a bounce off of it. So I would wait for all of that, but I would never buy the breakout because I'm not a breakout trader. I don't like to trade that way. I buy at the bottom of waves where I'm anticipating bounces at fib regions and whatnot. I'd rather do that. So that's the way I trade them. So this is a much better entry for me down here than waiting up here. This isn't confirmation. This is late in the game to me if you're trying to get in up here. But so I would guess that a play, if this count is correct, that we're going to get a 3-wave move to the downside, and we're looking for somewhere around anywhere 6,600 to 6,000 in that ballpark, that we're going to, the market makers may try to break that trend line slightly so that it looks like a breakout to the upside. It brings a lot of buyers in, and they can sell into those buys. Remember, if the market makers want to take the price down, if they want to sell, they have got to have willing buyers, and so they would need the chart to look bullish. It has to look bullish right now. Okay, so they've been selling right now. They've been selling like crazy. Today, after today's move, I'm not sure what the market sentiment, if it's changed or not, or if people are calling for 78 or anything lower right now. If everybody's getting scared, it's going to keep on going down. But once you get big moves like you had today and over the weekend, just the steady dump down to the downside, people start to change their sentiment. But they're actually, and you guys have to watch out for that. You're late in the game when you feel your sentiment changing. You're like, yeah, okay, I know it's going to be going bull, but then once the market has taken it down so long that you find your sentiment changing, it's probably getting ready to go the way you expected it to go. And again, that's a design by the market makers. So that, again, if they want to do what they've got to do, they've got to convince everybody it's going the opposite way, so that they can transact at the price they want to transact at. So that's all a game. It's all built around bots and algorithms, guys, and people with big money. And so we understand that. We understand that very much. And so you have to be aware of how this game is played so you can play along. You need to be a contrarian for sure. All right, so we're hitting major fib resistance right now. We're in a fantastic region. I want to take a look at this wave and see if I've had a really hard time with it. I've got kind of a fantastical, a fanciful count for it right now, but I don't have a better count for now. So we're gonna go with it, and I want to show you what I'm looking at. I don't like it. There might be some conflicting stuff out there from Elliott waivers that say that can't happen. I don't know. We'll have to see. But let's zoom in and see what we can understand here. But I think this move is finished. I don't know that we're going to have another move to the downside. I don't feel like we are. Everything is so oversold. We might have another test of the low is what I'm thinking, but we're not going to have a lower low than than where we've gone today. That could be wrong. Because we've got a good support around the 78.50 region. So that's where I had a line of death earlier. 78.50 is fantastic support. But again, I'm looking for a three-wave move to the downside that I think is finished, and then a three-wave move to the upside. So I'm looking for this three-wave move. So I am currently long right now, and I'm trading this to the upside. Tentatively and smart. I'm in profit now, and just watching that. I don't have a giant position right now, and as soon as we get confirmation of the direction and then we get a pullback, I can add to the position if I want to. But we're not in a giant to where I'm going to lose a ton. If price goes a different way, okay. Let me just check the chat, see what you're doing. Fantastical. Yeah. Let's see. Not so much volume actually, Jim. Yeah. Yeah, James, I already am long for now. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Yeah, man, Nestor, glad you're here. What's up, Spartacus, my brother? Brothers twice. All right. Um, let's zoom in and just try to understand this wave a little bit and do some TA here. Okay. First off, let's do a fib pull right here off of this wave right here. I'm going to get rid of my larger fibs here. So we know where we're heading, at least where I believe we might be heading in the long run. And I'm a bear for now, but I'm willing to shift bull if I need to. So I'm going to let the market tell me to do that, though I'm not gonna just decide I want to go bull. Okay, I need the market to tell me. And what you can see here is I've pulled the full fibs here. We are right between the 1-to-1 extension and the 1276. So this 1276 right here, guys, is at 7850, 7856. So that 7850 is a nice region for support there. We got a fib support. We also have structure right here. Let me just throw a line right here. It's right at the bottom here. Got a bunch of touches here of structure. Okay, and we're right at the 127 extension. Okay, so obviously the last area of support is right there. If this is a 1-2 wave, it cannot go below that. But I don't think it is. I don't think it's a 1-2 wave. But what do I know, right? If we also pull a fib retracement from the bottom of this move to the top of this move, let's see where our fibs come to. And you'll notice that the 618 is up here. We've passed it. We came down and tagged beautifully the 786. And so this 8022, right, guys, is our 786. We tagged it, and we've got to bounce off of it. And that, to me, has some confluence with a finished wave structure as well. So because we passed the 1-to-1, and we've also tagged the 786 retracement, and I have a wave structure that looks complete to me, 3 check marks tell me I'm thinking long right now. So I'm personally am long. I'm not telling you to go long. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm simply sharing with you how I spend my money. You do whatever you want to do with yours. I'm giving you my perspective just as a trader, okay? We already got the 786, man. Trader KR, I think we already got it. I did pull the trigger around 8100 is where I pulled the trigger. I was as soon as I pulled the trigger, there was one more pop to the low, and I was fine with it. It was like a $50 or $60 move, and then it came back, so I was fine with that. I took my profit, I maximized the profit, and got a really nice entry at 8100. So I'm okay with that. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, if you miss the entry, let me just tell you my strategy. What I usually do whenever you get a bounce, guys. Whenever you get a bounce, you're always going to get a wave 1, right? But after that wave 1 is complete, or you're going to get a pullback. That's where you want to really enter on the pullback. So remember, if you miss the first wave, wait for it to come back in 3 waves, okay? Wait for it to come back at least 50% in 3 waves, and then you enter at the bottom of that. That's if you want to enter. That's your best entry. But you don't enter here at the top of waves, okay? You don't like, oh yeah, right here at the top, woohoo, that's a good place to enter. No way. I'm just giving you trading strategy, guys. We don't enter long on green candles. We wait for the red candle to come back to us. And then we let the price come to us, and then we enter. We don't go chasing it, okay? So that's a rule of thumb. Yep. Let's see. I'm long BC. Yep. Nice. Nice, Jordan. I haven't checked that chart out. All right, let's zoom in. Let me show you this count. So just looking at the fibs, guys, we're at nice fib structure level. We've got, to me, a wave structure that seems finished. Here's my count right now. Again, somebody might challenge it, and to be honest with you, I challenge anybody to give me a better count because this is so hard in here, really, really hard. But I know some guys are seeing a triangle in here. I don't like the triangle in here personally. I don't like the triangle, but some guys are seeing that triangle. Let me and I was seeing the triangle for a while, and then I backed off of it. But there's a couple of ways that guys are seeing the triangle for the count, but I just don't like it personally. You'd have an A, B, C, D, E, and I just don't like this part right here as a triangle. It is triangular, but I don't think, and it could be a triangle, and I could be wrong, but what I'm counting it actually as is a WXY. No, I'm sorry, I'm counting as an ABC, and this is actually a diagonal wave here. This is an interesting thing here, that we've got a one wave, that's a two wave, this is three, that's four, and then all of this is the fifth wave, and there's five waves that make a diagonal in that right there. I can count that as five, have a harder time counting this as five, but it's possible. Count is stretching it, it really is, but I don't know what to make of this structure right here. I really don't. It's quite challenging, to say the least here, but let's see, do I have a three wave count in there? If I were to count that as a three wave, I could do it this way. One. Yeah, and this is my three wave count right there. And that works fine. And so what that would do is that would give us, and this is better from an Elliottian standpoint here than my little five wave thing that I just had there. But yeah, we boom, boom, boom. I'm just showing you that in a diagonal you got three waves everywhere in all waves. So I like that. There we go. I mean, that gets us three waves. I like it. It works for me. So this gives us an ABC, a five wave, a three wave, and a five wave. And this last wave is an ending diagonal, and we had an overshoot of it on the fifth wave, which often happens. Okay, I was even talking about that in the trading group. So it popped down out of that, and I think we're going to get a move out of it. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. That's my count for this. So I'm looking for a three wave pullback that is proportional to this whole wave here. Okay, so that's my call. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trading right now. So when we do a retrace of the entire move, then we got the 50% sitting at 92.76. So that'll be a nice target to look for. We could get our first of three waves coming up to that region. So a lot of times our first move will come up to there. We'll get a pullback, and then we'll get a second move that comes up a little higher. Okay, so who knows if that'll happen? We'll just, 786 retracement gets you to 10,000 right here at the peak here, 9,900 in that ballpark. The golden zone is 96.56 to 95.75. So that's what I'm kind of looking for this wave shape here. I want to answer somebody's comment on YouTube, no, on Facebook, that they said they've been watching the videos, but they would like a little less conjecture. Let me just answer that here quick. Appreciate the comment. Just want to explain something. I don't know the future. So all of this is conjecture, okay? But it's not conjecture out of thin air, okay? And that's what you guys need to understand. That this isn't just conjecture out of thin air. I'm taking wave structure and rules for the way the market moves from an Elliott wave perspective. And, I'm applying those rules to saying, because we see this wave structure, we expect to see this wave structure or this wave structure. Now, how that plays out, I'll give you the options as to how that's going to play out. And so that's what I'm doing here. It's not total conjecture. It's using good fib support, good structure, market maker analysis, as well as Elliott wave understanding. And we put all that together and we say, okay, I can come up with a general direction for where I think price is moving. And so let me just help you guys understand what I'm doing on this channel. I'm not here to tell you where the market's definitely going. I'm just not, I can't do that. I don't know where the market's definitely going. And a lot of times, one of the difficulties I have is I can't tell what the market's doing. I can't tell what the structure is. It's hard to see and piece together because I don't have enough information. And a lot of times once I get all the information, I can step back. I'm like, oh, that's what we've got. Like, we didn't really know that this was kind of a diagonal shape until this kind of came down in here and it started staying in this range diagonally. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we got a diagonal on our hands, and it becomes clear and plain, and it becomes better and easier to see. So understand that's what I'm doing here, guys. I hope that helps you understand so your expectations are proper. You shouldn't just take my calls and trade them blindly. You should take them as a general, like a weather report, but this is a wave report. What's the likelihood of direction, and then watch the market and trade the market. You got to be nimble, and you got to be quick, and you got to jump over those candlesticks, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's see. No, I don't I don't correlate the halving event for price action, because personally I believe all news events are built into the chart. Even this right here, I've gone back over this. I should have known that this move was coming, and I didn't, because I was too blinded by my own bias. The problem was me. It wasn't the chart. The chart showed me that this should have happened and was going to happen. Hindsight, I learned from it and added it to my learning experiences. But I think everything that's fundamental in Bitcoin is built into the technicals. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, thanks, Eric. Yeah, that's my goal, man. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you guys understand what I've learned, and I've paid the dues, man. I've had to pay my tuition in loss of money, and so I'm trying to, the best I can, help you avoid that if possible. That's what the trading group is about too. I give a little bit more one-on-one, a lot more attention there, and so if you guys are interested in the trading group, just check out my Patreon page. You can find that at the bottom. You can find a link to that at the bottom of any of my videos, except this one, of course, because for whatever reason my live streams don't have it in there. I didn't put it in there. So all right, so let's zoom in here and let's take a peek at this wave and see what price action is doing and come up with a trading plan for that. Okay. All right. A lot of times, we try to count this and we're looking for a one more push to the downside. I feel like we've already gotten it, guys. Personally, I think if we get one more move, it's fine. We might get, one more attack down here to 78.50. So be aware of that possibility. But looking at this move here, it's pretty much straight up. It kind of resembles a five-wave structure here, looking for three waves and then another five waves to the upside. So I would guess that we're probably coming down. Now, there's a couple of ways we can come down here. We could be finished with a three-wave to the downside. Okay, let me show you. By the way, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see five waves in there. And so because I see those five waves, I'm assuming that we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 wave and then a 5 wave. So that's the way I'm kind of counting all of this. And then we've got a 3-wave move. We got another pullback and then a 3-wave move that looks like a 3, 3, 3. And so that could be finished, guys. So watch how that measures. See how we measured right here to the 1276 on this bottom of this wave, okay? And then if I come down to this one here, right there. We've come down to the one-to-one extension and we shot up out of it. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that this could come down. It could come down simply like this, in kind of a simple correction. 3 waves, and that's finished. Okay, and then what we're going to get is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside like that. Okay, so because I'm interpreting this as an impulsive 5-wave move. That's the way I'm interpreting that. And I'm interpreting this as a 3-wave move. And so when you deal with a 5-wave move, this is what you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what do you get after that? You get an ABC to the downside like that. Once that's done, what do you get? You get another 5-wave move beyond it. Now here's the thing. This ABC can take a couple of different shapes. So let me show you the different shapes it can take. This is conjecture, but it's educated conjecture. Okay? It could take 1, 2, 3 like that, and it's finished. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going up like that. Or this can become complex, where you have a 3-wave structure. You get another little 3-wave structure like that. It's a connecting wave. And then you get another 3-wave structure to the downside. And what that becomes is a 1, 2, 3-wave structure. Oh, sorry. Let's try that again. What that becomes is a larger 3-wave. It's called a complex correction, a double zigzag, or whatever you want to call it. It's a complex. It's a WXY correction. And so whether you interpret this as a 5-wave or a 3-wave, that matters. I'm interpreting it as a 5-wave, and there's a reason for it. I don't know that I could help you understand it. I'm going to try to explain it to you, but if you don't get it, it's okay. Whenever I see a long wave, then a short pullback, and then one more hit to the high, that usually tells me that's this little short wave is a 4-wave, and this hit to the high is a 5th wave, and that the 1, 2 is just somewhere down here in the wick that you just can't see on a smaller time frame. Okay, and you may not even be able to see it on the 1 minute time frame. So that's why I'm interpreting that as a 5-wave. I'm seeing a 3-wave pullback. Okay, and then let me just go ahead and get that off the screen. There we go. And then I'm expecting then the wave structure to turn out something like this. Boom. Now if it comes down here or here, I'm not sure. But something like that. And I'm looking for... I'm having a hard time with my tool there. Okay, so I'm looking for it to come up to this region right here, and basically we're going to retest this structure zone right here. Right in here. Let's see, come on. We got some structure here, and we got this wick here, and the bottom of this here. So I'm expecting price to come up into this region somewhere. And the way that would be looking with the extensions is something like this. Either if this comes down a little further, you know, the 1-to-1 or the 127, and you see the fibs up here. So that's what I'd be looking for. I need this wave to finish first before I can run the extension on it. Okay, but once I get a finished wave and then a reversal, then I can, you know, we can run the extensions on that. Okay. All right. So if that's the case, then, you know, should be seeing some kind of you know, indication on the RSI as well, that we're you know, we are oversold on every time frame here, and so it's right to see this bounce coming. Okay, we need some relief, and so right now I am long. I am ready to take profits and watch what happens. Most likely what I will do is take profit in this region up here, let price come on back down. Shoot, I might even scalp it short. We'll see. It just depends on wave structure, what it looks like, and how confident I'm feeling at the time. Or if I want to sleep, I might just let it go. But let it come down in 3 waves and see what it does. So, Yep. Overall, guys, I'm looking for either one more hit to the low at 78.50 or we're done. And I'm looking for somewhere around 92.95 would be my first area that I'd be really interested in watching for to take profit maybe, and maybe the first wave of this three-wave structure that might be coming. Okay. All right. Let me do Ethereum next because a friend of mine just messaged me and says there's bullish divergence on Ethereum. So let's just check it out here. It's now I will show you the divergence that I've got marked on my screen right here. You can see that actually it's not marked properly at all. Let's see, what was I looking at before? Okay, yeah. So right here, if you don't know what hidden bearish divergence is, this is it. This is hidden bearish when you have from this peak to this peak prices going down, while from in the RSI prices going up, and it's from the tops. Okay, so that means price is going down while the strength of the move is getting stronger to the upside. Price is unable to break the high of the last move. So strength is increasing while price is limp basically. So that's what we call hidden bearish divergence. Okay, let's go down to the 15-minute and check that out as well. Oh, excuse me. I'm not seeing any divergence here that I usually trade. Um, However, we do have we're retesting this area here, so that's a good sign. I like to see that. Looks like we've got a nice flat right here in the middle. It's probably a connector. So we got one, two, and they're going to get another move to the upside. Probably an Ethereum coming up to this region up here. Let me zoom out and just do some overall analysis on Ethereum. High Desert Garden, I did do Bitcoin. I spent the entirety of the time up to this point on Bitcoin. I will hit XRP Angel Tech, I promise. MACD, Jordan McDonald's is a great tool. I just don't use it much. Um, but MACD is great. I think it's one of the better. Um, and High Desert Garden, I am currently long. I did talk about that, but I'm not saying for you to get long. I'm just telling you I did get long in that just to catch up with the chat there. Okay. All right. So here's my overall count right now. I'm finding it very difficult, but this is what I have so far. I've got this triangle here in the middle of, and I don't know that I'm a perfect fan of it, but it's not horrible. I've got another way I look at it as well. But if this is a triangle, we basically got, here, let me draw the lines on it for you so you can see it. There it is. A, B, C, D, E. And then we've got a 1, 2. Looks like a W, X, Y, X, Z. Or, yeah, this is really tough right here, what that is. Really tough. If it's not a triangle, there is a possibility. Getting a little bit of a down move in Bitcoin there, aren't we? But I was expecting it, so no problem. I already got the fibs on there. The one-to-one extension is 168. We've tagged the 786, 173.93 of this move. This could be a W, X, and a Y wave right there. So if that's the case, we've got a W, X, Y. Each of these needs to be 3 waves. Okay. I can count this as 3 waves. though I can also count it as 5 waves. So I've been allowing both. Then we've got a 3-wave move here. It's pretty clear. And then we've got a 3-wave move here. That's pretty clear as well. And so if that's the case, then guys, the next move for Ethereum could be and should be maybe if Bitcoin is going up for 3 waves, we're going to be looking for this. Okay. And what that would be then, this 3-wave structure could be a larger W, X, and Y, and that would correlate. That would correlate with Bitcoin. Now I don't know how high that's going to come, right? It's just that X wave needs to be some kind of a 3-wave structure. So you can kind of see we've got all these 3 waves in here. So that is a possibility, guys. I'm paying attention to Ethereum. That the way to make sense of this structure in here is just a 3-wave it all, and then so we should be expecting this, and then a move to the downside like that. That would finish out our overall correction. Where would that put us in the overall count? Here's the way I've been, Here's the way I've been looking at Ethereum up to this point. I got a 3-wave move there. W. This could be a expanded or running flat. There's X. Now I'm getting Y. The overall Y. And then how would we count that? I'm going to change colors here. 5. Let's see. See, this kind of breaks down. This count breaks down right here. I need a 5-wave to the downside. I need a 5-wave to the downside for that count to be right. Now, if that count is wrong, what else could it be? It would be a WXYZ. W. There's your X here. 1, 2. This is Y right there. That's X. Z. Still need a 5, 3, 5. Oh man. Ethereum is an I don't know burger. What's up, K4? Having a really hard time with Ethereum and the overall count. Just look at this. Now, the only other way we could count it as a 5-wave down, guys, and this would kind of negate, and this is something we've got to pay attention to. Correlation is big, okay? Correlation is a big deal. If I have a 5-wave here and a 3-wave here, I need a 5-wave here if that's the right way we're looking at it. So, how could I get 5 waves out of that? Let me show you. That's 1. This is 2. Okay, we're making 3, 4, 5. And what we've got here is a 1, 2. Then we've got another 1, 2. And then we have another 1, 2. That's rare, but it's possible. That's very bearish, guys. That means we don't get much of a bounce at all in Bitcoin. That means we don't get much of a bounce at all. But that doesn't make sense because we got that. I'm gonna have to do some analysis on my own here, not live, because so those are my questions, guys. That's where I come to the conclusion. I'm not sure, and I need more information, and I need to see the next move maybe, or I need to look carefully and try some different ideas. Okay. Guys, I don't want to do a bunch of coins tonight because my voice is really hurting and I'm pretty exhausted. I'm trying to stick to uh, the majors that I normally cover: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. I'll take a peek at Link very fast and XRP very quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna move away from Ethereum for now. Kind of struggling. It's looking very dumpy right now, and it could be very, very bearish. But what would that mean for Bitcoin? That would be a question mark for me. All right, let's look at Litecoin. So we're in the major, oversold area. We've reached this trend line on the 2 hour, guys. Looking for a little bit of a relief bounce here. So still looking for that to come on up. Now, what this structure is, I'm having a really hard time with. Let me show you what it could be. Could be like Ethereum in that we got this three-wave move right here. And then if we count this as a three-wave move, it's an expanded flat. We would expect a three-wave move. That correlates, again, Ethereum, a three-wave move to the upside, correlates with a move in Bitcoin to the upside, like I already talked about, and Litecoin. So I'm leaning into this, guys, as a possibility that we might have a nice, strong three-wave push to the upside before we come down. That's the best I've got there. That's the shape. Let's wait and see tonight what kind of price action we get, and I'll bring a video tomorrow with some more details there, okay? But that's my bias right now on all of the coins. My bias is looking for a three-wave move to the upside that's proportional to these moves, okay? It needs to be in proportion to these moves, okay? And then I'm looking for more downside after that. All right. Hey, good night, James. Appreciate it. All right, let's check XRP very quickly. I'm on the 4 hour right now. No divergence anywhere to be found. There's some slight divergence from here to here. Very slight on the 4 hour. I like the 2 hour for divergence a lot. We got better divergence here. It's more exaggerated, but we do have exaggerated divergence right now. Another move to the downside would negate that. Exaggerated bullish. That's what that is. When you got a straight line across the bottom in the RSI, and then you have price going down, it's going to be price is going to be moving to the upside a little bit. Ready for a bounce at least. It doesn't mean strong upside necessarily. It just means that we've got some divergence on the larger time frame 2 hour chart. That's not a large time frame, but it's a it's not the 15-minute, right? So, yep. I don't have the volume on the chart. I never trade the volume. Trader KR. The VPVR is good for, but I don't trade off of volume, guys. And the reason I don't generally is because the volume always comes in at the time it needs to come in. In other words, once the volume comes in, you've missed the move. You've missed it, in my opinion. So all we're getting right now is just the residual after effects, the tremors and the shocks of the little traders trading right now, and the bots and the algorithms kind of moving those after effects. Let me answer that in a little bit here. So let me zoom out and just take a peek on the daily here for XRP. What's interesting is that we broke the low here. We made another low right there. And we didn't have a passing move here. This could be a 5-wave structure, but I don't like it as a 5-wave structure. I don't even know how to count that. I mean, that might be the next move, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Just looking at structure right now, guys. Looking at structure. We get this flat there. 3-wave, 3-wave. Yeah, I think we're coming down. We got more down to go. If I had to guess, let me run an extension here. $0.11. Let me give you a little bit of a better view. $0.18 if you do it on log scale. I'd say your targets to the downside are 18 to 11 cents in XRP. Especially if you break this low right here. So watch that low. If that gets broken, 22 cents. If that gets broken, look for 18 and then 11. All right. Invalidation point was the question for the BTC long. Let's try to figure that out. Well, I mean, at this stage, I mean, I've got a line here at 78.50. That's the 1276. I mean, for now, I just don't think it's likely at all. But if from here we come down to break this low right here, if we break that low at 73.37, 72.95, whatever, that's that wick. If we break 7,300, then we're going down. So if we break this, I don't have my fibs in a very good spot. See if I can get them. I spent some time earlier doing it. Oh, there you go. It's lined up. 78, 78 is your next interesting stop. 78.50. Then the next interesting stop is 7,300. So price continues down to the downside there, but I don't think wave structure is going to allow it. This looks finished. This looks finished. And there's a three-wave structure in here. All that's three waves, guys. This isn't an impulse to the downside. This is all this is three-wave stuff. All of that's three-wave. So that means it's corrective. We're going to get another three-wave to the upside. I'm as certain as I can be. As certain as I can be. Without saying definitely and without giving financial advice. Okay. All right, guys, there's your market analysis. It gives you kind of some things to look at, and I hope that was helpful to you. If I missed some of you saying hi earlier, I'm sorry about that. Hi, Sandra. I just see that you popped in, and I need to get some rest tonight. I'm going to try to get a nap and maybe get up a little later and see what the market's doing. So you guys have a fantastic evening. I hope that was helpful to you, and it gives you some bias as to what to look for. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments section, and I'll do my very best to help you out. Okay. All right. You guys have a fantastic evening. Khalid, let me catch you. Let me catch you later on the chart, man. I'm pretty exhausted, brother. I've been working all day, and my voice is hurting. I apologize, Khalid, man. Please forgive me. We'll catch you on the next time. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you later.